In this video, we will understand what is this keyword and how it is used in Java. So we are taking an example of class rectangle, a rectangle which has three variables. Let us call them length, breadth, and area to store three properties of rectangle. And then we have one function void calculate area, and in this, suppose it is calculating the area, and here we have written again int. Okay, simply we are writing area is equals to length into breadth. And in main function, we are creating an object of this rectangle. So we create object by using this new keyword and then class name new rectangle, and we are calling this calculate area function. So this dot calculate area. So here we have calculated area and we have called this function. So here to print the result, I'm writing area is, and in here I'm writing rec dot area. Okay. So here length and breadth have not been assigned any value. You can do that outside this rectangle class in a constructor, anywhere. Let us, for simplicity, we are doing it here because our main focus is to understand what is this keyword. So after creating object, I am assigning length is equals to some value and breadth also is equals to some value. Then I have called this function calculated area, and then printed whatever is the result. So here in this case, when we see the output, it is saying area is 50, 5 cross 10. To understand this, so what happens when we have created this object called REC, this new object has been created with length, width, area. By default, integers will be initialized to 0 value. Okay. And we have assigned these two variables some value and then calculated the area. It is working fine. So suppose here I'm assigning one more variable whose name is same as that of the class variable, like area. So now when I'm writing area is equals to length into breadth and I see what is the output, it will say area is 0. Why? Because this calculated rectangle dot area will not have any value. Why is it so? Let us understand this by seeing the memory allocation of these variable. So when we assign a variable int area in this function calculate area, so a local variable called area is initialized. So this variable is a different variable than this area, which is the class variable. This is assigned outside the class, outside the function. So when we write variables which are outside the functions, it belongs to the object. So length, breadth, area will have a separate memory and they will be assigned memory as soon as we create an object. While this area will be assigned memory when we call this function calculate area. So here it will calculate the value and will assign in this area variable. So like I have written 5 and 10, so it will be assigned value 50. Okay, so this area variable will be assigned 50, and when we are printing, we are saying rectangle dot area, and which is still 0. So to understand how to use this variable which belongs to class, you will write this dot area. So this dot area means the area which is of the class, not of the function. When we didn't had this variable area, a local variable, till then the function was working fine. The problem comes if the function has same variable name as that of the class variable. So to differentiate between class variable and local variable, we use this keyword. This means this variable, the variable which is stored in the object, which belongs to the object. So here, if I am writing this dot area, so this dot area means the value is assigned to this area variable, and when we are printing rectangle dot area, it is saying 50.